98.5 FM.
Stay here with you. You are a rainbow, so I am a lucky man. I am a lucky man. You are my favorite song. I am a lucky man. I am a lucky man. I am a lucky man. Seasons change, but you're the same. Your love is constant. You've never lost it. Your voice is calling out my name. It makes me miss you, even when I'm with you. Oh, nobody wants to go it alone, and I just wanna stay here with you. So I am a lucky man. I am a lucky man. You are my favorite song. I am a lucky man. I am a lucky man. I am a lucky man. I am a lucky man.
A speedy welcome to the show for everyone. This is Women of Speed on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM. And I'm your host on the show. My name is Marysyntia Hangeior, together with
Felicity Girgir.
And Women of Speed is that show where we bring you stories to inspire you. And we talk about women, we talk about strengths, we talk about, different things that inspire you. And Women of Speed is the show for women, but even the men can be part of it. I mean, everyone can call in and be part of it. And today we are talking about something very special, strength in women. Think about it for a moment. Who is the strongest woman you know? Not just physically, but the kind of strength that shows in courage, even resilience, determination, and consistency. It could be your mom, it could be your sister, it could be a teacher, it could be your boss, it could be a friend, or even a woman in your community who quietly makes a difference. Strength shows up in many ways. Maybe it's a woman who works tirelessly, to support her family while still being present for her children. Maybe it's a student who has struggled with even failing grades, because if that person is a woman, then there is still strength present there. Maybe it's a woman who faced even career setbacks but still pushed forward to reach her goals. There are different ways. So who is the strongest woman you know, and what makes you to actually see her as strong? Was there a story, maybe something that happened? Was there a way that she handled something in your life or even in her own life that you watched and you're able to say, okay, this is a strong woman? So you also can call in to be part of this conversation, and the number for you to call is 090-3648-5868.
That is 090
3648 5868.
Who is the strongest woman you know? It could be your mom, it could be your sister, it could be, any woman at all. And what is that thing that you see in her, or what is the backstory that makes you to actually see that woman as strong? Call in and share with us, and let someone else also get to hear that story, maybe even for themselves, or how to even go about even mentoring other people around them. So like I said, I'm not here alone. I'm here with Felicity, and we are going to be talking about this together. So Felicity, when we say strength in a woman, what does it mean to you?
For me, strength in a woman means so many things. For example, it could mean emotional strength to begin with. That's the ability to handle pressure, pain, but still keep pushing, right? And we can also say resilience. We can say empathy, compassion, determination. You know that there are so many women out there who know how to push, even when things are hard. They still keep pushing, right? They just have that strength within them, and they just keep pushing through pressure. Another thing is empathy, the ability to be able to comfort the people around you and be able to push them forward and help them grow.
Okay.
That's also strength. And even independence as well. I would say that when I see a woman who is able to stand on her own and make decisions for herself, whether financially, emotionally, or personal independence at all, I think that's even more strength.
Okay. So you also can call in to be part of this conversation. And the number for you to call is 090-3648-5868.
That is 090-3648-5868.
Call in and let us hear from you. Who is the strongest woman you know, and what makes her strong? What is it that you see in that woman that actually makes you to recognize her as that strong? Some people say, well, this woman in my life is the strongest I know. She is this, she is that. Well, what makes her strong? Hello?
Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
I'm Emmanuel Nyanto, calling for New Jersey, Makodi.
Welcome to the show, Emmanuel. This is Women of Speed, and we're asking the strongest woman you know. So who is it?
The strongest woman we know, like my mother.
Okay.
Is very strong and humble.
Okay. And what makes her strong in your eyes?
As now, when our father left, we live us small. Our mother strong, feed us, train us, and do many things with us. Hold the compound of the family. We don't together. Was the idea to take like this to do. So I just look to my mother is strong. And after I come to friend one day to marry her. The girl is Edo Yoja. The girl come they do the same thing, the same advice. I will take this. So for my own side, I believe it.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Emmanuel, for calling in to be part of the show this afternoon. This is Women of Speed on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM. And my name is Marysyntia Hangeior, with you on the show this afternoon together with
Felicity Girgir.
And we're talking about the strengths of a woman, and who is the strongest woman you know, and what makes her strong. Why do you perceive her as strong? You also can call in to be part of this conversation, and the number for you to call is 090-3648-5868.
That is 090-3648-5868.
Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
My name is Bobby Akuva.
All right. And where are you calling from, Bobby?
I'm calling from Wurukum.
Welcome to the show, Bobby.
Yeah.
All right. Who is the strongest woman you know?
Considering the topic we are talking about today, I can perceive my wife, Mrs. Catherine Lupe, as the strongest woman.
Okay. And why is that?
Yeah. Because she's humble, hardworking, and God-fearing. Perhaps I was involved in an accident in 2021 where I had a fracture. Yeah, so I had a fracture on my left on my left femur. That is on my left leg.
Okay.
So since then, I've been down, and it has been tough. It has not been easy with us.
Okay.
But she's still there.
Oh.
She's still there. She's still there with me and the children.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Initially, when I had the accident, I was receiving a native treatment. I will be indoor. I will stool inside. She will pack it. I'll urinate inside. She will pack it. And there was never a day she have frowned her face that she has suffered. I have never heard her say it outside, and somebody will come and tell me. I've never heard that. So she's the strongest woman I have ever known.
Wow. Oh wow.
Is she not?
No, she is. She is. You're blessed, Bobby. All right.
Thank you for the opportunity, Marysyntia Hangeior, and
Felicity
your colleague there.
Girgir. Yes.
Felicity Girgir.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Thank you so much for calling in, Bobby, to be part of the show this afternoon. This is Women of Speed on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM. And this afternoon, we are talking about the strength of a woman. And you also can call in to be part of this conversation. Hello.
Yes.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Yes, this is Mrs. Soundana.
All right, Mrs. Ondana, where are you calling from?
I'm from Akodi.
Welcome to the show. So who is the strongest woman you know?
This is my mom, Mrs. Arumo Paha.
Okay, and why? What makes you perceive her as strong?
She, growing up, I know her as she has a challenge of high BP. Short, she lost her sight. And before you know, something happened on her leg and they amputated the leg. And then,
Okay.
this woman is just too strong in her faith. She never give up. Too strong. You know that. Even if she's talking to her, you need to see the peace of God in her. She's too strong. She's never given us a reason to cry that why did these things happen to me or this that. No. She's just strong in her faith. She has never run to Babalawo. She's where you know her that she is. To me, she's just a strong woman. I have never. No, she just give me. When I look at her, she gives me courage.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So she's a strong woman.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. and Mrs. Ondana, for calling in to be part of the show this afternoon. Okay. This is Women of Speed on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM, and I'm your host on the show. My name is Marysyntia Hangeior, together with
Felicity Girgir.
and we are talking about the strength of a woman. Who is the strongest woman you know, and what makes you actually perceive her as strong? What are those stories? Maybe something that you have seen, something that took a turn, maybe in your life, like some persons have been sharing, that made you to start seeing that woman as strong beyond the way that you used to perceive. Sometimes you're with someone and then just one day you just realize this person is actually strong. Maybe some trying times, in life, some of those challenges comes sometimes, and then you're able to realize this person is actually strong. So you also can call in to be part of this conversation, and the number for you to call is 090-3648-5868.
That is 090-3648-5868.
Call in and let us hear from you. Who is the strongest woman you know, and what are those things that actually make you to perceive her as strong, to actually look at her and say, okay, this woman is actually strong and she's the strongest woman I know? call in and share that with us. And we have gotten some calls so far, and quite emotional. Or
Yes,
what would you
very
say, Felicity?
emotional as well.
And most of I didn't expect, some of these stories, but then you can see the way some of these things actually happen. You might not see it on people's faces, you might not hear it from their voices, but lucky, many people have some of these stories to share. Okay, this woman was there for me, she was here the whole time, I was like this, life was like this. First of all, we heard from Emmanuel, and he says, when I like how he shared, when his father left, she took care of them and
all
then
of
trained them,
and trained them.
filling that gap. If you have seen someone who grew up without both parents present, then like if they talk to you, then you know how difficult it is to actually stay back and be the father and the mother at the same time. And also Bobby, he said his wife is the strongest woman that he knows, and he mentioned specifically an accident that he had, and his wife has been helpful and never did it with a frown on her face.
Yes.
Now that is something quite motivating. That is something encouraging, because some of these situations, it's not like you plan. No one plans to have an accident.
Yes.
But then not everybody will be willing to
stay endurance and patience
without frowning, without talking. Oh, I'm tired of this person. I am tired. Like this is how things get. I mean, things can be quite trying for people. Hello.
Hello? Yeah, good afternoon, the two ladies in the studio.
Yes, good afternoon. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
This is Mr. Emmanuel calling you from Yerwata.
Welcome to the show, Mr. Emmanuel.
Thank you very much.
Right.
To the question of the day, well, the only person that can come to my mind is my late mother.
Your late mother, okay.
Why?
Yeah, so this is because, Felicity in the studio have tried to dissect, looking at it from different perspective, emotional, strength, psychological sense, and the rest. But all put together in one is what my mother represented.
Wow.
Wow. She was a very strong woman, in the sense that a family of seven children. She was not a single mother, but a polygamous family that somehow the husband is away with another while the other take care of the children. You know how you can imagine how heavy and how difficult
how tedious it's going to be.
It will be. So growing up as a child, I saw her trying to do everything to ensure that we get the best in life.
Yes.
Even though the assistance was not coming from where it should have come from. So on a summary note, I have not seen any woman as strong as she was. And it is only my prayer that may God grant her eternal life, since she was taken away when she was supposed to start enjoying the fruit of her labor. I listened to your program this afternoon, and it took me aback, and I cannot but cause to appreciate.
All right.
She was the strongest woman I've ever seen and I've ever known.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Emmanuel, for calling and sharing that. And may your mother's soul rest in peace.
Amen.
This is Women of Speed on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM. And I'm your host on the show. My name is Marysyntia Hangeior, together with
Felicity Girgir.
And this afternoon on the show, we are talking about the strength of a woman. We are talking about strong women. So who is the strongest woman you know? And what is it that you think makes her strong? What is that thing that you have seen? What have you experienced? What has she done for you? Or what has she even done for herself? Or even maybe for your siblings? Or even for, just anything that makes you to perceive her as strong. So you also can call in to be part of this conversation. And the number for you to call is 090 3648
That is 090-3648-5868.
Call in and let us hear from you. Who is the strongest woman you know? And Felicity, we're talking about Bobby, right? You know, about saying, okay, his wife, when he got into an accident, she was there.
She was there and she stayed.
Without a frown, without caring, without even taking it outside. And then, you know, sometimes when you yourself, imagine being maybe in that situation, you're already in pain, and then someone else who is struggling, you know, and trying to take care of you, that person is also getting tired. But when you're looking at that person and you're seeing that smile on their face,
it gives you strength.
Yes, it gives you that strength to even recover quickly, right? And we also heard from Mrs. Ondernan, and she mentioned her mom, you know, who had a health challenge, you know, but never gave up, even to the part where she got amputated, but then she never gave up.
And it never showed in her voice, or she never frowned.
I like how she mentioned the part of she never went to maybe look for, you know,
help,
other things,
babalao and all of those
okay,
things.
let's leave it at that. Don't mention anybody's. And she never went to like seek other things like different from her own faith, but she always stuck to it, and she was still performing her motherly duties even in that situation. You know, it can be hard for a mom to, like, you're going through your own stuff, but then you have children to look after, and you have to make sure that they don't see you like that. So maybe you don't make them sad. You know, if you
keep them happy, you not they do not get to feel that pain that you are feeling. It just remains with you.
Exactly. And also from Mr. Emmanuel, who called earlier, who mentioned his late mother, you know, who had to look after a family of 7 children. And he mentioned that in his own case, not because maybe his father was absent, but you know how it is sometimes when with polygamy, you know how it is sometimes it can be, you know, hell of something sometimes. And he says he has never seen any woman as strong as she was. And to be honest, look at the way the world is now. Having to take care of 7 children, that is a lot. Like, that is something, that one should actually attach strength to, because it only takes a strong person to be able to do that. There are some people that, okay, if you start looking like that, they'll run away to and say, well, I'm not the only person that is responsible, so
let the father
look for everything. And but she was not the kind of mom that did that. So what about you? Who is the strongest woman that you know? Call in and be part of the show this afternoon. Number for you to call is 090-3648-5868.
That is 090-3648-5868.
Who is the strongest woman that you know, and what is it that makes her strong in your eyes? And it could be your mom, it could be your sister, it could be your wife, it could be your neighbor, maybe even a teacher that was able to handle situations well at school. It could be a church member, it could be a friend, you know, anything. It could be an auntie, it could even be a stepmom, but then she showed that kind of strength that you appreciate, you were able to recognize. And you were mentioning, you know, some things that actually signify that strength for you. You spoke about, okay, even the emotional strength, you know, just like the stories people share, not letting those tears down while you're trying to put things together, you know.
And sometimes there's some women out there who, even if they cry, at the end of the day, they always clean their tears and they still keep pushing.
Come back stronger. That is because even that tears is not a sign of weakness. It's just someone who has it maybe to a certain height, you know, and then
reach the limit, and she just have to let it out.
You just have to let it out sometimes, so you can come back and then do more of that. And we talk about things like, to me, you know, that strength, even things like even determination, refusing to quit despite obstacles. Hello.
Good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
My name is David Mercy. I'm calling from Minor.
Welcome to the show, Mercy. Who is the strongest woman you know?
That's my mom.
Your mom, okay. So go on. Why is it your mom?
Why I said it's my mom is because she has been there since childhood. Even though my dad was there, he did everything without support from my dad.
Okay.
Even though we didn't grow with her, the chance of growing with another woman, or I don't know how to put it, but my mom was just the strongest woman.
Okay.
She has done so much for us. so much that I not even explain. Wherever she is, I'm not with her though. It's in the village and in the city. So if she's hearing this, let her know that her daughter is telling her that she's the most strongest person.
All right.
She will not even let us know that she is even sick. She just manage everything on her own. And she's the best.
All right. Thank you so much, Mercy, for calling in to be part of the show. I'm sure your mom is also proud of you, from the way you sound. She's even unable to put it into words. I just don't know what I want to say. She's just the best. This is Women of Speed on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM. And I'm your host on the show. My name is Marysyntia Hangeior, together with
Felicity Girgir.
And this afternoon, we are talking about the strength of a woman, strong women. So who is the strongest woman that you know, and what makes you to think of her as strong? You also can call in to be part of this conversation, and the number for you to call is 090-3648 5868.
That is 090-3648 5868.
Call in and let us hear from you, the strongest woman you know, and why you think of her as strong. And I was talking about the determination, refusing to quit despite the obstacles and not stopping, because women face a lot of challenges. If you come to the world, there are so many obstacles. Sometimes it's even words from people's mouth, things that people are going to say just to discourage you, to make you feel less of yourself. But people who do not stop, maybe someone might have said, okay, you're not a wise woman. Just like some of the stories. Imagine in one of this person's stories, someone was saying, you're not a wise woman. You're staying there and taking care of children after the husband and go. Don't you have your own life to live? Hello? Yes. Good afternoon. Please step away from your radio set or turn down the volume.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Move away from your radio set. We can hear it over here.
Okay, sorry.
You are still close to it, so move away from it. Give a distance from it, because we can still hear it, and that is noise. And call us back again. Number for you to call is 090-3648 5868.
That is 090-3648 5868.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes. Okay. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
My name is Abraham. I'm calling from Amakere.
Abraham, you're still very close to your radio
Just turn down the volume.
Turn down the volume, and then so we can hear you better. And call in and share with us the strongest woman you know. And I was also talking about leadership, or what do you think? Inspiring others, even with actions and not just words. When women are able to, even girls, young girls are able to see other women maybe in leadership doing things, they're inspired. Like, okay, this is who I want to be like. I also want to be able to lead. I also want to be able to do something. I also want to be able to make people look up to me. And I was talking about, okay, sometimes when people talk, I just remember when people talk, when people discourage you and then say you are the one that is wasting your time there now. When the father has left, what are you doing? Like, you don't want to enjoy your life, or how can you still be taking care of this man when you have your own life to live? So sometimes there are words like that people will put out that might get to you if you don't have that much, maybe courage.
But the ability to stay regardless.
To be able to, counter all of that and just act like they are not even saying anything.
Yes.
Sometimes people even say that to your face. The way the world can be, people bring it to your face and actually say it. This is Women of Speed on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM. And I'm your host on the show. My name is Marysyntia Hangeior, together with
Felicity Girgir.
And this afternoon, we are talking about the strength of a woman. Who is the strongest woman you know? And what is it that makes you to think of her as strong? And you also can call in to be part of this conversation. And the number for you to call is 090-3648 5868.
That is 090-3648 5868.
Who is the strongest woman you know? Call in and let us hear from you. So now, Felicity, it's your turn. Who is the strongest woman you know?
The strongest woman I know is my mother. as well.
Okay, I see mothers are really strong out
Yes,
there.
mothers
So
are
go on.
really strong. My mom is the strongest woman I know because of so many reasons. Her ability to hold the family together. That's the number one. She has this ability that regardless, no matter what is going on, she's going to. Everybody is going to be together. She has that ability, and she'll just be like, no. Even for instance, if I have an issue with my sibling, or if we just have issues within ourselves, she's just going to try. She's going to solve that problem, and she's going to hold us. She's going to tell us that above all, family is above all, and all of that. And then endurance. She has the ability to endure a lot. If something, we've had so many issues within the family, but regardless of all those issues, I don't think I've ever seen her frown. And even if she frown, even if she cries, I think I've only seen my mom cry once.
Okay.
And sometimes all those issues, it pains me for her, but you will not see her crying. Even if she cries, I think she cries, but she will not let any of us to know.
Okay.
So she just endures, and she stays regardless. And she has this way of inspiring people to become better, advising, be better, be a better person for yourself, and her ability to have responsibility. Like she just has this way. Let me say she's trying to provide financially, but she's also trying to support us, and she's also trying to raise us. So the responsibilities that she's carrying on her head, the way she's able to adapt.
Yes,
that's the word.
juggle all of them.
Juggle all of them together. Those are the reasons why my mom is, and she's very God fearing and humble.
Okay,
Yes.
all right. So you also can call in to be part of this conversation, and the number for you to call is 090-3648 5868.
That is 090-3648-5868.
Who is the strongest woman you know, and what makes you to actually look at her and say, this woman is the strongest woman I know? What are those things? What is that one story that you have to share? And personally, if I had to pick the strongest woman I know, of course there are many strong women, okay, that I know, but if I had to pick as well, I would also say my mom.
Okay.
This mom thing,
Yes.
I think all moms are strong.
All moms are
women
strong,
are
actually. All.
What amazes me most about her is like her patience, and her kindness, the way she has this calm way of, there are some things that I know that if I was put in that situation, I'll be so under pressure. And
Exactly.
I'll
and
be
sometimes you even like, maybe you snap, but there's this calmness that they have that it amazes you.
And,
like
even when things are like difficult, like the only thing, maybe you see my mom, maybe she's calm from maybe during a certain situation, maybe there is a challenge or something like that, she'll be calmer and kind of peaceful. So I'm able to even tell from her face, like I'm able to tell that okay, something is wrong, but she's never going to like tell you okay, this, except what is necessary. Like she's telling me okay, this is the situation and you have to behave like this, or you have to do maybe in times like that. But then she'll never actually put it like okay, it's on your head. For
it's
you,
on your head.
for my mom, for you just noticing that okay, something is off with her face, like she's feeling down, that is the like whatever is wrong with her, it finishes at that moment, because I noticed that she was frowning and she'll be so happy about it, and the next thing, that big challenge just seems like a small challenge to her. So yes, for me also it is my mom, because that is the closest, should I call it testimony? I can testify so much because I've been there, I've experienced myself. No one told me anything. I saw it myself. So you also can still call in quickly to be part of the show before we go. And the number for you to call is 090-3648 5868.
That is 090-3648-5868.
Let us hear from you. Who is the strongest woman you know, and what makes you to think of her as strong? Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, tell us your name and where you're calling from.
My name is Sedan Agbe.
All right, welcome to the show, Sedan. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Makodi.
All right, so who is the strongest woman you know?
My mother.
Your mother. What has your mother done that makes you to say she's the strongest woman?
She always help my sister to cook.
She always help your
Okay.
sister to cook. Okay, that's beautiful. Does she help you also to cook?
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much,
Yeah,
Sido.
let's try to cook.
She always try to cook. Okay, I'm sure, Sedon, you love food so much, right?
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much for calling in to share that with us. Sedon says her mom
Helps her sister to cook.
helps her sister to cook. So that is something that, makes her
strength.
the strongest woman. That cooking thing and, help you to cook. Yes. So, and she loves food. So, definitely that is going to be strength. But for someone who loves their food, I mean, strength comes in different ways. There are different things, that we look at and say, okay, this is strength. And like people have been mentioning, everyone has a story. And there's always a story maybe about a woman, one that was able to inspire you, one that was able to do this for you, one that was patient, there are things like that. So to every woman out there, and to every person out there who has that one woman, it's a reminder for you to actually appreciate them, to actually say thank you, because sometimes some of these things actually go a long way, in as much as you might not, maybe they are not even paying attention to it, or we are just looking at it as a normal thing, but saying that thank you and then making them know that okay, you appreciate what they are doing. And also to everyone, strength is something you can, if you feel like I'm not a patient woman, or I am not this, I'm not someone who is able to struggle, maybe even career wise, or even do something like this, well, it's time for you to learn. You can learn from other women, and even for the strong women, well, don't leave that strength to yourself. Make sure you're able to teach someone else out there. You're able to encourage someone else. You're able to bring up people who would also demonstrate the kind of strength that you do. So, Felicity, would you have any final words to actually share before we go?
I will just say that if you have a strong woman around you and she's still alive, we've heard from some of our callers and they said their mothers are late. So if you have your mother and you think that she's the strongest person that you know, or whoever it is that is the strongest woman that you know, pick up your phone or call them and tell them how grateful that you are.
All right, and just to add, it can be anyone.
It can be
doesn't have to
anyone.
be
It
your
doesn't
someone.
have to be your
It can
mom,
be
yes.
anyone. And I've been with you on the show this afternoon. My name is Marysyntia Hangeior, together with
Felicity Girgir.
Coming up next at 3:55 p.m. if today is your birthday, then Speedy Kids are going to be wishing you a happy birthday. And also up next at 4 p.m. the Speed Link comes on right here on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM. This has been Women of Speed on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM, and myself and Felicity, we are saying bye. Keep enjoying music of your life.
This is
Asking Radio 98.5 FM. Asking